That this morning and then this afternoon in Washington, honoring Lindsey Graham. In about a half hour,
a hearse will bring Graham's flag-draped casket here. It's one final visit for Graham to Capitol Hill. They will honor him with a ceremony in the rotunda.
That's Fox's Chad program at the Capitol, where senators may vote later today on a Russia sanctions bill Graham had been pushing. The Republican hoped it could end the war in Ukraine, and Graham discussed it with NATO's leader before he died. Mark Rutte just told Fox.
Ukraine is exceeding our expectations. And what we now need to do is what he and I agreed upon is for Putin to end the bloodbath and to come to the negotiating table. It is really crucial.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky will also meet with senators tonight after he attends Graham's funeral this afternoon at Washington's National Cathedral. Next hour, Zelensky will meet with President Trump, and then after that, another leader who will attend Graham's funeral goes to the White House for talks with the president. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
The pair are slated to discuss the war with Iran and the next steps in this conflict. President Trump spoke from Air Force One on Monday, indicating the Iranians requested to meet following the 13-day U.S. bombing campaign. Axios reports that President Trump says he is ready for strong military action if talks fail.
That's Fox's Trey Yingst in Tel Aviv. As the pause in U.S. attacks on Iran continues, oil prices, they're down about 1% this morning. The price of the gas pump's down a penny. Japan got rocked with an earthquake, and the USGS says it was a magnitude 6.8 in the Kumamoto region.
Prime Minister Sane Takaichi says there are early reports of injuries plus damage to roads, bridges and buildings. She says people's lives are the top priority, warning residents that strong aftershocks pose an additional risk. We're hearing multiple people are trapped inside a shopping mall and 40,000 people have lost power.
That's Fox's Jonathan Savage. America's listening to Fox News.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin, thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The search continues for a gunman in Seattle after Sunday night shooting panicked people at a food festival.
A 2-year-old boy shot in the arm is the last of 4 shooting victims discharged from hospitals the day after being shot at the Bite of Seattle Food Festival. 3 people died, including one of the 3 shooters, Assistant Police Chief Nicole Powell says.
There were 2 groups firing in the area near the armory during the Bite of Seattle. We believe 2 of the individuals were associates with each other. This is the 19-year-old who passed away and the 15-year-old who was arrested.
With the 3rd shooter in the other group getting away. The other 2 people killed were Carlos Villalba, a married father of 3 at the Festival with Friends, and Ashley Whitehead, there with one of her 2 adult daughters. Chris Foster, Fox News.
The man in prison for life for murdering 4 University of Idaho students, Brian Koberger, is making a new attempt to get out, wanting to take back his guilty pleas.
This is a way to challenge a conviction outside the appeals process. He plans to argue that he had bad counsel that convinced him to falsely confess.
That's Fox's Todd Pyro. Former FBI Director James Comey trying to get the case against him thrown out.
James Comey was indicted by a federal grand jury in April on 2 counts, including knowingly and willfully making a threat to harm or take the life of the president and transmitting an interstate threat stemming from his Instagram post featuring a photo of seashells on a beach spelling out 8647. 86, a term for kill, 47, the president. His defense team arguing to a federal judge that the case against him should be thrown out, saying the photo is protected political speech. The Justice Department has until August 18th to respond. The case is set for trial in October. Jeff Manasso, Fox News.
The Federal Reserve will assess the economy at a meeting today and tomorrow. No interest rate change is expected. On Wall Street, stock futures are mixed, up for the Dow, down for the NASDAQ. I'm Dave Anthony. This is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. The UIUC engineering team has received a federal grant to study next-generation battery materials aimed at improving electric vehicle performance. The project focused on safety, longer-lasting lithium alternatives. Researchers say the funding will support the lab expansion and student involvement. August is right around the corner. People preparing for their kids to go back to school. Over the weekend, the Community Health Partnership and Champaign-Urbana Health District hosted an event to help parents and families out. The agencies hosted their 5th annual Health and Resource Fair Saturday outside of the CU Public Health District's building in Champaign. Illinois Athletics will introduce its first corporate jersey patch beginning in the 2027 season, partnering with Busey Bank at a landmark agreement. The Busey logo will appear on uniforms across 9 sports, including football and men's and women's basketball, as well as sideline apparel worn by coaches, staff members. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. Good morning, ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J back in studio after our trip to Nashville, Tennessee. Tennessee's got it going on, folks. There's a place called Franklin, and then there's a Brentwood. Woo! We went to a Habitat for Humanity in Franklin, Tennessee, and people in their Mercedes kept dropping things off. It was awesome. How are you feeling, sir?
Well,
There's got to be
we're alive and kicking.
There's got to be a better way to check a man's colon. You know, it just got to be a better.
We're going to talk about this. Okay.
I mean, listen, anybody over 40 should be doing this stuff. So it's
and I know I don't remember what month it is. Diane reads stuff about guys
Right.
and health like that. Anybody for that matter here. And so here. So this was my third one. And so I can't remember. Let's see, this is so this is probably about 13 years ago. I did my first one because I was late in getting that to do. I'll just say I would have been.
Well, why wouldn't you want to be late for the bus on that one? Come on.
There you go. Yeah,
anyway,
let me tell you.
More men incidents of issues, but women get colon cancer too, and all that stuff. So
exactly.
You do have to check
the second time I was in there, and so this would have been 3 years ago. They found some stuff, and they took one little thing out that was a little bit. If you don't attack it, then it becomes a problem. If you attack it, at that point there's no issues. And went in there, and I am clean and green of the radar machine, and there was nothing as clean as you could possibly be. They didn't find anything in there today, up or down, north, south. Yesterday, up or anything like that.
Well, listen, if you ignore these things, they find stuff, right? I mean, that's why. Breast cancer. If you find that early, you have a way better chance.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So you gotta. It's just one of those deals. But in this day and age, if you can go to the moon, you think you could do some sort of X-ray and say your colon's good.
Oh my goodness, and it is. Well, here, I'll a little more background, and then a couple of late last week. What I had picked something up, and I don't know what it was, let's just say I started the clean out process early, and
that
so
helps.
the prep with the Gatorade was no problem.
Okay, that's all positive, but.
The point being, at this time of the year, that there are GI type issues that run rampant or pick up in warm weather, as in what my GI guy told me. He said, don't worry about it. A lot of people are dealing with it.
The example is you get it checked, you get your stuff, you go whenever you're supposed to go, and checkups are better than, hey, you got stage 4 cancer, right? So
exactly.
You got to get her done. So. Well done, sir. Well done.
Thank you.
We still had a forecast. You recorded a weather forecast for us.
Yeah.
You still did
it. Thank you.
And lucky enough, where I had to go to do this, we got out. It was first thing in the morning, and we got back home out of late morning or something. We get home, and then just all heck broke out from a severe weather standpoint down there.
Right.
Power out, 2-inch hail, 70-mile-an-hour winds, everything in that general area flooded out, closed out, whatever. So. Lucked out there yesterday.
Yeah, I'm glad you're up and running again today, ladies and gentlemen. Our weather with our meteorologist.
Thank you for asking, by the way.
I think it's important for people to understand that you do have to get checked. I don't go to the doctor when I don't have to, but when you have to go to the doctor. It's kind of how it works. But checkups are way better, particularly as you age. You just make sure you don't have stuff because you might feel fine, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Weather brought to you by Carl.
Reminding you, those back-to-school physicals should be taken care of soon. If you need to find a convenient location near you and book a time, carl.org.
All right, meteorologist Greg Soyer, 10 after 7. What say you on a much better day than yesterday's heat? Wow.
Yeah, I tell you, these dew points, and we talk about them, and people have a rough idea what they are, and it's basically the atmospheric moisture level based on temperature. You feel, humid out there, 60 to 65. It gets a little thick at 65 to 70 on the dew point temp, 70 to 75. Yeah, that's uncomfortable. We had 75 to almost 80 degree dew points, and then some pockets that were in the lower 80s because of the corn sweat, if you will. And Sunday, a record high dew point was set in Springfield, Illinois at 84 degrees. That's just weather nerdy stuff, but it's an example of how humid it has been. And we're still not out of the woods yet with at least a more comfortable air mass. Did get that cluster of showers and thunderstorms come through the area. Report of around the Hoopeston area, a little bit west of, I think it was Route 1 and Thompson Street around the Hoopeston area. Video footage of a tornado there. And of course, southeast Wisconsin, into the Chicagoland area and south of the Kankakee just ripped up with 70-mile-an-hour winds, hail, and tornado activity and flooding rainfall. So cleanup is underway there. Here, out the door this morning, not a bad morning, all things in comparison, with the showers and thunderstorms in the eastern states right now. We have a reading of 74 with a light west wind over at Willard and Savoy. Dew point still at 74, but that'll be coming down as we turn partly sunny for the day today. Afternoon temperatures will top out at around 83, and a slow easing down of humidity and dew point values on an increasing northwest to north wind as the day wears on. Cooler, less humid tonight. Far better sleeping tonight with a clear sky at 63. Quiet weather tomorrow on Thursday. Sunshine, 83 tomorrow, 85 on Thursday. Next weather system, half the area gets a couple of showers and thunderstorms between late Friday and Saturday. High temperatures up near 86 on Friday, low 80s on Saturday, heading back into the upper 80s and low 90s. Another spell of heat between Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week. For CBA Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Last night at the Champaign County Fair, a couple of sisters won the Queen and the Little Miss.
That's right. Caitlin Graham is our queen, and Jolynn, known as JoJo, a fourth grader at St. Malachy School, and I think they're heading our way. But quite exciting time for the Queen and Little Miss pageant yesterday with these two sisters selected.
Yeah.
Evelyn, the mom, and Andy spoke to the media that were there and talked about how they've had a daughter who's gone through the middle kid and the growth and maturity from that daughter.
Yeah.
Evelyn is the daughter's name. I think Dee Dee is the mom. Jotted down my notes.
Well, we just congratulate the Grahams. Big night last night, County Fair. Tonight, it's Tuesday. And at the Champaign County Fair tonight.
Yes, it's senior day today, and they'll have the harness racing on
Harness
Tuesdays.
racing, that's right. That's where Jim Edgar, former governor, always went.
Oh, yeah?
He was there at every Champaign County harness race as governor. He went.
Oh, wow.
No, he loved the harness races.
And, we have a mutual friend in Dave Lone who did Sports Forever for you, and he used to actually ride sometimes.
Well, I was asked to drive.
How'd that go?
I said no. I said, I'll be like Ben-Hur being dragged by the ankle. I'm not going to do that.
Exactly.
There's certain things you do and certain things you don't do, stupid.
Right.
No, I didn't feel comfortable for my bodily safety.
I mean, I've ridden horses before, but not in a cart behind like that.
Yeah, I just envisioned Ben-Hur. Go look it up. It's when you
old movie from back in the day.
Well, it's chariots, and they bump each other with a horse, and I thought I'd be tied by the ankle, dragged to.
Yeah,
be really bad video. Back in the day, then they wouldn't have had YouTube, so that's true. It wouldn't have been out there.
And so they do have the unlimited ride bracelets tonight for $30. That's after 5. So
there you
it's
go.
a good time experiencing the fair. We had talked to Tim Hall, owner of Raminator, about the monster trucks that are happening tomorrow. The rodeo's on Thursday. Friday is the motorcycles with motocross. And the semi and truck pulls on Saturday to wrap it up.
Here's sports headlines with the Cubs beating the Cardinals.
That final is 7-3, and we've got your recap.
The Redbird Recap is sponsored by Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair. Heal your home with Helitech.
I'm John Rooney, and last the Cubs put up runs in the first 3 innings. The Cardinals got a second-inning home run to Big Macland from Jose Fermin, but with a 3-1 lead, 1 out in the 5th inning, Nico Horner singled up the middle with a pulled-in infield, drove in 2 runs to make it 5-1. The Cardinals got RBIs from Mason Wynn, scoring Jordan Walker, and then Wynn scored on a double from pinch hitter Brian Torres. That made it a 2-run game until the 9th inning with 2 down, and Nico Horner picked up his 4th hit of the night as he homered to left field, scoring Bregman. Alex Bregman had a 4-hit game, so did Nico Horner, and the Cubs beat the Cardinals 7-3. David Peterson, 6-7 over Matthew Liberatore, 5-8. The Cardinals are .500 now, 53-53. Game 2 of the 4-game series tonight. We're on the air at 5:50 from Busch Stadium.
Helitech Waterproofing and Foundation Repair is offering 50% off labor on qualifying projects. If you're seeing cracks, leaks, or sinking concrete around your home, don't wait. Let the Helitech experts identify the problem and provide proven solutions to protect your home and your investment. Call Helitech or visit helitechonline.com to schedule your free inspection today.
Heal your home with Helitech.
Yankees over the Chicago White Sox. That final was 9-5. Big Ten Media Days. Our commissioner from the Big Ten, Tony Pettetti, will take the mic and then introduce Brett Bielema, who's up around 11:30.
Well, 18 teams, they have to break that up.
That's right.
Kurt Signetti was there yesterday. I'll play that clip coming up. Indiana undefeated, 16-0, national champion Hoosiers. I feel like I'm in a movie. Really? Hoosiers? The Indiana Hoosiers won the national title? That's just shocking. Every week I'd go, no way, they're not beating Oregon. No way, they're not beating Alabama. Oh, beat Alabama by 30, did you? What the heck?
So we have some of our players, especially Caton Hauser, our quarterback, and let's see, Matthew Bailey and Juice Claire will be there. And
Juice who?
I can't read my writing. It looks like Claire, but I need to look that up again.
No worries. Anyway, we have our reps
Some
there.
defensive backs.
If Caton Hauser's there, he's the de facto team leader, and it sounds like he's taking a step forward. Honestly, I just haven't heard a lot. I don't know. So here's hoping.
And we've got the Busey striking a 5-year, $30 million deal for increased visibility on the Patch partnership for uniforms and sideline apparel for the coaches for football, men's and women's basketball, volleyball, baseball, softball, soccer, and men's and women's golf.
Does Busey know we're on camera here? I will put a Busey logo on my shirt.
I will also.
I will do it for less. It's $30 million for 5 years for 9 sports.
Yes.
Talk about how to evaluate and whether it's a good valuation. I mean, Busey must be at the Pepsi and Coca-Cola level and Nike level and the swoosh and all this stuff for them to think this is... Who gave State Farm away for $2 million a year? Criminy. 30-year deal for State Farm for only $2 million a year? I think that was Mike Thomas. That's too cheap. Okay, weather brought to you by Busey. Way to go, Busey.
That's right.
People are going to call you Bussy for years. They still got to figure out it's Busey because that's a guy's name.
By the way, it's Juice Clark is our defensive back. Thank you for that.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday. All the cleanup and recovery for some in the wake of yesterday's clustered severe weather on its way from Kankakee down all the way to the Ohio. Reports of severe weather, hail, high wind, and even some tornadic activity not too far outside and around the Hoopston area for openers. In any event, slightly cooler, slightly drier air settling in for the day-to-day with partly sunny skies and lower and middle 80s on temperatures. Will freshen up the north breeze. That'll help somewhat. Overnight lows for tonight. It'll be far more comfortable with less humidity in the air and a dawn temperature of 63. Tomorrow, sunny, less humid at 83 with a light northeast wind. A bit gusty for the afternoon, though. More comfortable at 62 for tomorrow night. Sunshine at 85. The outlook on Thursday. Late Friday into Saturday. Couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm over about half the area. High temperatures into the lower and middle 80s. And then a quiet weather picture taking us into early next week. Daytime temperatures into the 80s. Nights into the low to mid 60s. Additional rain chances mid next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
At Busey Wealth Management, we're proud to partner with individuals, families, and foundations, ensuring possibilities become achievements. From preserving and enhancing your assets to securing your legacy for future generations, we're focused on your success. Busey Bank, building business, growing wealth since 1868. Proud to be the official bank of the Fighting Illini, member FDIC.
I'm Lauren and this is the Fox Business Report.
Coca-Cola shares are up more than 2%. People were drinking more of its beverages in the recent quarter. Its earnings and revenue both topped expectations, and it's more optimistic about this year. Its relationship with the FIFA World Cup contributed to the strong quarter. Also today, package delivery company UPS, Hilton Worldwide, and cruise company Royal Caribbean all reported better than expected earnings. JetBlue lost money in the recent quarter, though its earnings were better than Wall Street anticipated. It continues to see strong demand for its flights. JetBlue says decisive actions by the company helped it to recover fuel costs more quickly than it anticipated. Crude oil prices remain elevated this morning, but off recent highs. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Coselda. Invested in you.
You're probably listening to this in your car, so let me ask you. Would you drive without insurance? Of course not. So why is your retirement portfolio unprotected? Gold is portfolio insurance. It helps de-risk your savings when markets get unpredictable. Noble Gold Investments has helped thousands of Americans do exactly that, with no high-pressure sales and thousands of 5-star reviews. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult with your tax or financial professional before making any investment decisions.
Well, when it came time to sell his home, Aaron wanted someone he could trust to guide him through every step of the process. Well, he found exactly that with Matt from the Nate Evans Group. 5-star review came later. Aaron says that from the very beginning, Matt was transparent, knowledgeable, committed to keeping Aaron informed. His expert guidance provided reassurance throughout the entire transaction, giving Aaron confidence that everything was on the right track.
Yeah, the Nate Evans Group can make this home buying experience simple and stress-free, walking you through the process from the initial consultation to the closing, and make sure you get the home of your dreams. I was just talking with a neighbor who's looking at something new and a new chapter. Well, Nate Evans partners with a lot of the top builders in the region. Some of them exclusively has knowledge of new developments going up before other buyers are aware of them, new construction homes before they hit the market in a variety of price points and neighborhoods in case you're wanting to relocate, get closer to the grandkids. I know I've been looking at that sort of thing. So all you need to do is do an online search to Nate Evans Group and start packing.
Sell your home with Nate. Pick the price, pick the day. Go to thenateevansgroup.com.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Getting new siding and windows is a part of good home maintenance, and it's also a way to improve your home's value and curb appeal. Kramer offers preservation siding and windows in lots of styles and colors. Shutters and trim will complete the look, and our online design tool will help you try before you buy. So start today and save 25%.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Orange and Blue fans know the value of preparation, teamwork, and showing up when it matters most. Just like Fred's Plumbing and Heating. For 47 years, this family-owned team has delivered dependable plumbing and HVAC installation, maintenance, and repairs throughout our community. They even offer service agreements with zero monthly cost, because protecting your home shouldn't break the budget. When you need service you can count on, choose the team that's been winning for nearly 5 decades. Trust the Orange and Blue of Fred's Plumbing and Heating.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Head to Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. They're open 7 days a week with daily food specials that keep things fresh and affordable. And Sundays? It's Sunday Fun Day from 1 to 4 with live entertainment that brings the party to life. Don't miss their massive 8,000 square foot patio, perfect for kicking back with friends. Feeling competitive? Jump into their sand volleyball leagues this spring and summer. Co-ed teams, great vibes, and even better memories. Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. Great food, live music, and fun all week long.
At F&B Wealth Management, it's not just about numbers, it's about people and communities. Hi, I'm Ryan Heiser, President and CEO of Fisher National Bank and F&B Wealth Management. Our team is united by a shared passion for helping you achieve your financial goals. We are equipped and eager to work together to craft personalized financial solutions just for you, including retirement planning, risk management through life insurance, long-term care insurance planning, and investment advisory services. Together, we will celebrate milestones, navigate life's transitions, and build a financial future that reflects your values. Experience the difference of a team that truly cares. Visit investwithfnb.com to learn more about dedicated advisors and start your journey toward a financial confidence today.
FNB Wealth Management is a division of Fisher National Bank. FNB securities are not insured by the FDIC, not a deposit or other obligation of or guaranteed by the depository institution, subject to investment risks, including possible loss of the principal amount invested. Securities, insurance, and investment advisory services are offered through Midwestern Securities Trading Company, LLC, MSTC, member FINRA, SIPC. MSTC and FNB are not affiliated.
FNB Wealth Management, supporting exceptional communities full of exceptional people.
Well, I told you yesterday we're going to do doggy bag today for somebody. So I have it. Bulldog Disposal. Phil was on yesterday talking about the fact that the popularity of the doggy bag he ran out. And you just can't flip a switch and order stuff like that. It takes time. And, ordering from his source, it just took time. So anyway, he got a bunch in. He already ordered for next time. But Champaign County has embraced the doggy bag. You see them around all over the place. Mm-hmm. And if you would like one for free, it's a $175 pickup. And then $40 for the bag. I'll pay for everything for a 6 cubic yard, 6 feet by 6 feet, essentially is what Phil said.
Holds 2,000 pounds.
He thinks. But I don't know.
Trash, debris, junk.
Stuff you can't recycle, stuff you can't give to Habitat or Salt and Light or somebody, Goodwill. So if you want one of these doggy bags, all you got to do is text in doggy bag, DOGGY, bag, doggybag.com. Bulldoggybag.com is in Bulldog Disposal. They have the roll-off dumpsters. But the issue with the roll-off dumpsters is he kind of needs it back. So you got to be really ready on something before you get a dumpster, because people generally want their dumpsters back because, it's sitting there.
Well, and in theory, Phil wants the Bulldog Disposable bag back soon, too, but he
did? Because I don't think that's the case.
I know, but
he doesn't care.
Obviously,
he doesn't care because it's your bag and there's no rush there.
Okay.
Now, there might be a rush if you've had it for years because the canvas could fade.
All right.
But I'm saying that's the beauty of it. Take your time. But you don't want the thing to get frayed in the weather.
Okay.
Have 2 seasons of cold and warm and everything. But he doesn't care. It's your junk. He'll come get it.
You kind of need to be in the zone on your project before you pick it up. Do it Best Hardware or Kirshner Building Center in Mahomet.
You can do that. You can pick them up for $40. If you live in the county, I'll have it delivered. This one. You got to live in Champaign County for that delivery. But no, it's your junk. I would encourage you to be ready. Because the spouse, the family, they're not going to like that stuff sitting out there. So you need to kind of be nice to get it done in a weekend. Fill it up, call them up, they'll come get it, and I'll pay for the whole thing.
And then the kids, the family, the neighborhood, they'll love to see this claw come in and lift up this great big Bulldog Disposable bag.
And if you get 2 bags, you could get this one and then go get another one on your own and get them both picked up for $100. You'll pay the $100, you'll pay the extra $40, but I'll do the first $40 and the $175. But he said if you do 2 bags, second one's $100.
That's what Brother Johnny introduced yesterday, because he said you're kind of putting a few more things in there than what he thought.
Just to clear
clear
the record, family. I haven't put a thing in that. Just to clear the record.
Oh, good. Of course, he's not here to say something otherwise.
No, he's having some work done at his house with Brother Greg. That's why
it's the wrong brother. I
put one thing in there. I think with approval, but everything else I donated the stuff.
Okay, gotcha.
From this building that went to Habitat.
But I could see how that can happen because there's room in there, and they're not gonna know if I put this little tricycle that's broken.
As a former owner of 3 acres of rural land. It was disgusting what people put on your land and took from your land.
Yes.
Stealers. Mm-hmm. Anyway, but Johnny, I went with it. But maybe early I put something in, but I thought I asked.
Okay.
All right, it's 729 217 359 2255 is the Fisher National Bank text line, and you can text in doggy bag if you're interested in this $215 value thing.
Learn more about it at bulldoggybag.com.
Okay, coming up, I will educate you on Anthony Fauci since nobody is covering the story. I think it's pretty newsworthy. Fox is the only one covering the story. ABC, CBS, NBC, CNN, MS Now, Wall Street Journal, New York Times can't find a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you cover a story? Anthony Fauci has to do testimony tomorrow.
I feel like we're just twitching about this COVID chapter.
But if things were done,
it's kind of PTSD. We don't want to hear it anymore.
Even if somebody did something wrong that killed people, I think it's worth finding out what happened. Otherwise, you repeat it. We have to have transparency.
Yes.
The man was enamored with himself. They got his diaries. Dear Diary, I'm more popular than Donald Trump.
Oh, wow.
It's just like narcissism.
That's too bad.
I shall give you this because you haven't heard about it. So good luck. I'll play this next. Stand by. Tomorrow's pay-per-view. It's going to be fascinating to see him testify. It won't be pretty. Stand by.
Fox News, I'm CJ. Papa flag-draped casket will carry the remains of Lindsey Graham to the Capitol one final time.
They will honor him with a ceremony in the rotunda. Graham is neither lying in state or honor in the rotunda. His family preferred a private service. This is the first time Congress has honored someone in the rotunda without lying in state or honor.
Fox's Chad program at the Capitol begins at 10 a.m. Eastern. President Trump, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, and Ukraine's leader Vladimir Zelensky all attending Graham's funeral later this afternoon. He died earlier this month at the age of 71. Now, the president is also meeting separately at the White House today with both of those leaders. Gas down a penny overnight for a gallon of regular $4.10. That from AAA. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. Champaign County deputies conducted a weekend traffic enforcement blitz targeting impaired driving and speeding. Multiple citations issued, including several DUI arrests. Deputies say summer weekends continue to be high-risk periods on rural roads. Sheriff's Office plans additional enforcement as students return to campus in August. Village of Savoy seeks new proposals for downtown development after its original partner dropped out. Downtown Development Group told village trustees it could no longer meet financial requirements for the project. Work on the new downtown square began earlier this year. With school just around the corner, one Champaign County charity making sure kids return with confidence. The Sugar Foundation hosted a special giveaway at Douglas Park, handing out brand new shoes and socks to kids in need. Dozens lined up at a time, eager for a fresh start to the school year. The founder says the goal's simple: help kids feel good while walking into class. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
Thank you, Jim Miller. We check your weather. Brought to you this morning by Hometown Grounds, serving Mad Goat Coffee and a kids' play area. They're located in downtown Tuscola. You want to have a little good coffee and have a chat with your good friend. All right, here's our meteorologist. His name, Greg Solier.
Blowing it everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign and vicinity. Hopefully you made it through A-OK on that severe weather outbreak from the Kankakee down to Effingham over the past couple of days, and including yesterday's tornado outbreak up and around the Hoopston area. Some folks picking up some multi-inch rainfall totals as well. Others left high and dry, but cleanup and recovery and assessment from damaging winds, the story for the next few. In any event, partly sunny skies. Afternoon temperatures up to about 83. Lowering humidity through the day with an increasing north-northeasterly wind. More comfortable tonight. Humidity drops back. Dawn temperatures down to about 63 for the day tomorrow. Good looking one. Expectations of sunshine and afternoon readings for the day tomorrow expected to top out at around 83. More comfortable tomorrow night, down to the lower 60s. Sunshine at 85 on Thursday. Late Friday into Saturday, a couple of showers over parts of the area. Be looking at temperatures topping out in the low to mid 80s with middle and upper 80s by day. Nights in the 60s. Quiet, dry weather the rest of next week. For TV Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Craving something delicious and a place to kick back? Hit the road to Roadrunner Station in Camargo. They're serving up handmade wood-fired pizzas that are bursting with flavor in a fun, family-friendly atmosphere. Bring the whole crew, enjoy the bar, check out the gaming room, and make a night of it. And you've got to try their specialty pizzas, like the fully loaded Everything But the Tractor, or the sweet and savory Hawaiian Hitchhiker. Great pizza, great vibes, and great times at Roadrunner Station in Camargo.
ESPN 93.5, 734. All right, so Brett Baer, Fox News, talking a little bit about our friend Anthony Fauci. Remember Rand Paul and Anthony Fauci just went back and forth on gain of function. Did America fund this? He said no. Well, finds out we did. We funded it. It obviously came out of the lab, we know now. But the fact that the rest of the world doesn't think this is newsworthy of the diaries that Anthony Fauci wrote. I mean, again, the way you test stuff is you flip it. If the NBC, ABC, CBS, MS Now, CNN had Donald Trump's diaries, would that make the news? Oh, 24/7 with foam out of their mouth. So if you can flip it, would they cover Trump's diaries? Oh my gosh.
Right.
So that's how you tell if it's newsworthy. Here's kind of the whole thing, because you're not hearing it anywhere else.
Fauci, let's talk about Fauci, COVID tonight, those diaries and all the entries. Fox News chief political analyst Britt Hume is here. Britt, I'll read this one. May 21st, 2020. The situation, this is Anthony Fauci, with my national and international fame is explosive, really unimaginable. It's not hyperbole to say that today I'm the most famous and talked about person in the country and one of the most recognizable person in the world. POTUS seems to be enamored of me, even though I'm taking the spotlight away from him. We're developing a very unique and interesting relationship. That's obviously not the most forward-leaning of the posts. Maybe Mark Meredith covered it earlier about the lab leak and whether it was real or not. There's a lot in here.
There is, Brett, and it reveals two things, really. One of them is that Fauci didn't really believe the stuff that he was saying in terms of the origin of the disease, and he also didn't. He's also denied repeatedly, and we've seen it in television interviews and so on, that he was urging any shutdowns. These documents prove otherwise. He brags about getting New York City to shut down its schools and so on, about getting California to do the same thing. So he was very much an architect of what you may remember me calling back at the time, Brett. I called it the worst public policy decision of my lifetime.
The worst public policy decision in Britt Hume's lifetime, which is like 78 years or whatever he is.
Wow.
So you remember the shutdown. Now, don't forget, and it's one of those we don't like going back because it was horrible, but what happened to the children during that time?
Mm-hmm.
Masking a 3-year-old? What damage did we do to these kids mentally? I mean, have they ever recovered? I knew somebody at Urbana High School said that 187 schools at the high school, 187 kids were flunking 5 out of 5. What happened to them? Do you think they advanced to the next grade? Yes. Think they were ready for it? No. That's here in Champaign County.
And I think it was. And I think it's made in some ways even worse now, knowing what we know about what Fauci was really thinking and about how much time he spent in his diaries talking about how famous he'd become and all the glorification he was getting in the news media and how palsy a lot of news media people had gotten with him.
Yeah. It's going to be a fiery hearing, obviously, on Wednesday. You mentioned the lab leak theory. I asked a lot during that time. We were one of the first outlets to cover the possibility. Senator Tom Cotton wrote an op-ed based on sourcing. Here's Fauci in the diary excerpt on the lab leak possibility, January 2020. They bring up the possibility that this could have been deliberately inserted or either accidentally released or deliberately released by a crazy person in the lab, the former being the most likely. But at the same time, and post after that, even other posts inside the diary, he was saying this. Here's from Special Report.
Upon re-looking at this carefully now, we think it's more likely that it was a natural evolution.
And you still believe that? There are more and more organizations that point to a lab leak.
No, that's not so, Brett.
No, I mean, there are more people saying it.
It's not so at all.
Both here and around the world.
But Brett, more people saying it doesn't mean there's more evidence of it.
And Britt, we went round and round many times at the Wall Street Journal on February 2023, lab leak, most likely origin of COVID-19 pandemic. Many articles like that in the years since.
Yeah, the FBI at the time had basically concluded that the lab leak was responsible for it. So this stuff that Fauci was saying was flying in the face of what others with some authority on the matter were saying as well. And I think, think of the damage that was done by the shutdowns to the U.S. economy, to kids' education. I mean, I think it's fair to argue that a lot of kids have not recovered and may never from being out of school for the length of time that Fauci wanted them to be because he was urging these shutdowns. So I think, this raises an intriguing question. If we now think, and if the committee concludes that he knew better than some of the stuff he was saying, he probably will be glad that he was given a pardon But that does mean that he can't take the fifth if criminality is alleged against him, and there are people who think that it should be. The pardon may spare him criminal indictment if it were to come to that, but it won't spare him from having to testify because it can't incriminate him if he's pardoned.
Right. And to that point, this whole diary and all of these emails for the coverage, ABC, NBC, CBS, CNN, MS Now have not covered it. And there's a lot of people out there questioning whether this hearing, because he's been pardoned, is going to lead to anything off of it.
Yeah, that's a good question, Brett. It might not, but on the other hand, he can't refuse to answer on self-incrimination grounds, I don't think. I might also add to what you just said, Brett, that I searched carefully the Wall Street Journal and the New York Times and the Washington Post today for their, I searched them for Fauci to see if a story on these revelations have come out. So far, not a word in any of those papers that I could find.
I think what will happen after tomorrow's testimony, and again, I don't think he can say what he said. I think he said, I can't remember. He can do something like that, I suppose. But if he lies, he's perjuring himself, and it's past the pardon.
Well, and we have so much tape and so many quotes and things like that we can bring up when he mentions things. I wonder if we can handle that quickly.
Well, there's so much now, and they're so ready. You think Rand Paul, who went back and forth with Anthony Fauci for years about the gain of function, that he denied funding, which we did fund. And so we need to know what happened and how to avoid it in the future, I suppose. You're saying, well, why would you create these unbelievably horrible diseases in a lab? Well, they want to figure out if somebody does, how to have an antidote or fix it if you do get it. And the thing got out, and what's the total death? 2-3 million? 1 million in America? 1 million. So it's really important for history to paint an accurate picture of what happened. And he apparently was very enamored with himself.
Right.
And it was true. Every time he spoke, people listened. It must be an amazing thing when you speak and everybody just oohs and ahs over you. I mean, Julia Roberts said she had to leave the room. It's just, whenever he spoke. And he had time to be on her podcast and time to communicate with Barbara Streisand. And it just, throughout the first pitch of the Nationals game, sitting there with his mask dangling from his ear and all that. Anyway, it was a horrible time, but it would be nice to know what the heck happened. Why did we feel a need to fund it? How did it leak? How do we ever prevent this from happening again?
He talks here about I did not close the schools.
Yeah, he denies that, but then he brags about closing New York and having, I guess, the power to do it.
Yep.
And the teachers union did not want to work. They did not want to go to school in this.
Right.
But the children, and particularly, I got a letter from YouTube for misinformation when I stated this hasn't affected the kids in anywhere near it's affected the older people. And they cited me. Mm-hmm. Badge of honor. It was true. The people the kiddos that were dying from just normal flu stuff and dying from COVID, it was about even. I mean, it just somehow God spared the kids. And a whole lot of this, yet making them wear this mask when you're too young to understand anything. We were guessing a lot. And I was for the vaccine at the time, considering I thought we were all going to go mental anyway. I thought it was the right thing to do because we needed hope, but I don't know. A lot of people died because of the COVID shot, because bodies react differently to different things. I mean, you can't predict how body and the system reacts to different things, but I think there's ample evidence that there are awful bad things that happen to some of the people. Well, we just take the shot, or you're selfish and you're killing people and all these other things. About how we were blamed for things if you objected or had questions?
I was talking with somebody yesterday about our young people who don't connect as well, don't look you in the eye, aren't having as great connections and conversations and networking and kind of a gap between the generations that has been established, and how that probably started in COVID and the adapting to look at your screen more. And how we still have issues with that now.
Well, we certainly have issues with that. All right. If you'd like to comment, 217-359-2255, the Fisher National Bank text line. It is 7:45. And you're welcome to chime in. This is July 28th.
Yes.
It's Saturday is August?
Yes, it is.
Saturday is August. You're going to expect the U-Hauls to be trickling in initially.
That's right.
I think the second or third weekend, they'll be back.
But so many people who might live in right outside that perimeter of campus are moving in August 1st. So you're right about the trickling in, for sure.
A lot of people on campus. I've been driving down 4th Street because I can. And I will stop doing that probably here this week because you don't want to get in their way. And there's 65,000, 145 nations from all over the world that will be descending.
Unbelievable how much growth and
It's,
how many international restaurants we have. It's like an urban jungle when you drive down Green Street. Oh my goodness!
You just be thankful we have the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign.
Of course,
because if your house is worth $300,000, it's worth $150 without them. So good luck to you. Because Chicago's always wanted it up there. They have UIC up there.
I feel like there's so many apartment complexes being built. Where are these students coming from?
Well, who wants to stay in the older one? Because it's a lot less.
Right.
The lesser apartments, the older ones, quote, older ones, that are still nice.
Right. But all the amenities that come along with today's modern day. I mean, I've had people that have had the sublets for the summer, for instance, and it's so much less. And, the exercise room and the places to hang out and the lounges. And then you have the restaurants and things like that on that bottom floor that's right along Green Street. So it's all the amenities you need. It's great.
What can you pay for rent in Champaign-Urbana now? What's the top rent in Champaign-Urbana?
Top rent?
Yeah.
Or I would wonder what the lower rent is.
I'm wanting to know
I think that's 4 digits now for sure, isn't it?
Well, sure.
The lowest rent.
800 to 1,000? Yeah. I'm thinking the top was 2,500 now? 2,500 a month?
Wow.
I would guess. When Nathaniel was there, I know something that was 1,800. That was 7-8 years ago, 10 years ago.
And oftentimes you'll get your own room in the scenario that I've visited on some of these on-campus apartments. There might be 3 or 4 different bedrooms, but you have the common area of the living room and the kitchen.
Yeah.
So,
right. Everybody has their own full. And then you kind of share the middle.
And then it could be that you have your own bathroom or that you're sharing a bathroom with another roommate.
Somebody told me that they tried to do the socialism thing and just buy groceries. That lasted 1 week.
Yeah, that's right.
You took my grapes.
It's mainly...
They were our grapes. Well, you ate too many. Well, why don't you clean the sticks up and take off the vine?
It's funny that you're saying that's socialism, but I guess that is kind of the thought about that.
Yeah, I got a nice little montage of socialism, and you go to... Because I always say, let's go to the mall, and we can talk to the people at the mall or campus.
Okay.
That works. Okay, this is in New York City, so you can imagine they're a little more, I don't know, progressive, liberal.
Okay.
Ignorant? I mean whatever word you want to use.
Mamdani is their mayor.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Socialism.
Socialism is spreading on the left after a trio of Mamdani-backed Democratic socialists swept their elections this week. New York voters now want socialism to spread nationwide.
I think socialism is a very important part of American culture. I feel like we all could use a form of socialism in our lives.
So you would want to be ruled by a socialist government?
I would see how it goes.
You think you can take it back when you see how it goes?
Okay.
You think you can go back?
Give it a try. Why not?
A more socialist system would be better.
I think that America should disband the federal government and then open borders like the European Union.
First of all, you can't open borders. European Union checks when you go from Brussels to France. I mean, Belgium and they want papers.
I
You can't
have
just
my
cross-
passport everywhere when I travel to Europe.
That's
or
not
anywhere.
true. They just, honey, we need to learn more.
Just want to protest like corporations.
Are these items for sale?
I don't think this is free.
In a perfect world, it's like free everything. I don't want
free
everything. Okay, good luck.
Do you think people would abuse free everything? I'm just asking. I want mine for mine.
I mean, in a perfect world, I
well,
guess.
that's called heaven. Okay, that's not on earth. That's not heaven here.
to have to break my leg and then also be the person that pays for it. Jeff Bezos
I don't want to break my leg and be the person that pays for it. Who's going to pay for it?
Right.
should pay for it.
2028 Democratic nominee for president. Would you want it to be a Democratic socialist?
Yeah, it wouldn't bother me.
Personally, yeah, I'm very open to it.
This is called an EBT card.
Listen to this. This is an EBT card.
check gets divvied up and it goes into my EBT card.
So it's divvied up for your check because you're working. It goes into my card.
For this reason, I get around $200 a month to spend on whatever I want to spend on.
You said whatever you want to spend it on. Isn't it just for food?
Well, I also get cash.
With that, can you go and buy, let's say, alcohol?
Yeah, I get alcohol all the time.
What about like marijuana?
Yeah, definitely. I need that.
So with your EBT taxpayer money, you buy marijuana?
You know, this is socialism.
For the people that work, like yourself, are basically paying for him to get high.
And it's crazy because when it comes to food stamps, they say that you have to work to get food stamps.
What would you say to somebody who works and their money's being taken for you to buy marijuana, and they say that's not fair? What would you say to that?
I would tell them that they need to do research and understand what socialism is.
Well, understand what socialism is. You get high, I work, and you get my money. And then they can also claim your land. They don't want any personally owned things.
Of course, these man on the street interviews lean towards younger people.
Well, but the 18 to 34, Diane, they're leaning towards socialism, like 60%. But they don't understand it. You start telling them you can't ride your bike today. Why? Because I need it. What? It's mine. No, not yours. It's ours. So get over it. I'm on the couch all day. Well, why don't you work? Ew. Your money comes to my EBT, right? Well, that's not changing, right? I will protest. What are we building here?
I don't know. This all makes me so uncomfortable.
Well,
it just seems so unrealistic.
Mom Donnie's grocery stores are going to take 30% off staples, so staple items. So I guess eggs. Right now I'm buying eggs for what, $2? $2.50? So am I going to notice $1.75 or $2.50? I guess over time it'll add up. All helpful, but I'm just wondering, do you have limits? Do you go in there and it's like 6 dozen? Sometimes Aldi does 6 dozen max because it's 80-cent eggs or whatever. So they're going to have to max, because why wouldn't a guy, in this day and age, why wouldn't I go all the blocks of cheese and then resell on the street?
Right.
I mean, there's just this, humans are greedy. They're selfish. They're inherently, got some bad traits if you let it out.
Yeah.
So I want to know when the shelves are empty and when they're getting restocked, because that's how it works. You go to Russia, the shelves at Walmart, if they have a Walmart, are empty. The system doesn't work. We have no proof of it. Oh, it works in the Netherlands, and over there, there's 4 million people, not 360 million people in America. It doesn't work. It will not work. It's a bad system. It starts going south, and then all of a sudden they get a little heavy-handed, and all of a sudden you're afraid to say anything. Or else what? You can't do that, man. That guy there, get him. That's how it kind of works.
Always an interesting discussion. 217-359-2255 if you want to get in on our chat this morning, the morning therapy. And I know we have Dr. Todd coming up shortly. In
Call
case
him
you have
next. Stand by. Yeah, I got to tell him. Yeah. Weather with meteorologist Greg Solier. Brought to you by Watts Copy Systems. If you need a free evaluation, call Watts 217-352-0428, and by Kurt Lenschow, State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, Kurt and State Farm are there.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday. All the cleanup and recovery for some in the wake of yesterday's clustered severe weather on its way from Kankakee down all the way to the Ohio. Reports of severe weather, hail, high wind, and even some tornadic activity not too far outside and around the Hoopeston area for openers. In any event, slightly cooler, slightly drier settling in for the day-to-day with partly sunny skies and lower and middle 80s on temperatures. Will freshen up the north breeze. That'll help somewhat. Overnight lows for tonight will be far more comfortable with less humidity in the air and a dawn temperature of 63. Tomorrow, sunny, less humid at 83 with a light northeast wind. A bit gusty for the afternoon, though. More comfortable at 62 for tomorrow night. Sunshine at 85. The outlook on Thursday. Late Friday into Saturday. Couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm over about half the area. High temperatures into the lower and middle 80s. And then a quiet weather picture taking us into early next week. Daytime temperatures into the 80s, nights into the low to mid 60s, additional rain chances mid next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, 7:54. Dr. Todd Lankin's pet pro, Madison Kirby in Champaign, and he is veterinarian. And I had an issue, and Todd, I could hear you in my ear at 3:30 in the morning say, "Go to the U of I Vet Med emergency 24/7," because I didn't want to call you.
Yeah,
at 3:30 in the morning.
I got you trained enough. You just went. That's good.
Yeah.
Tell me.
Well, okay, so Mosey goes outside. She tries to go to the bathroom. It doesn't seem to work. She gets real reticent. So we go to bed about midnight. wakes up at 3:30. I'm looking at Mosey. She's sitting by me looking at me. This is unlike her. She's on her back with a pillow over her eyes so it's not too light. I mean, something's up. So then she starts scooting around the house, and I'm going, this is not her. Then I take her outside. She wants to go right back in. I said, Mosey, we're going to the emergency room, and she gets under the bed. She's never done that, but she knows English. So we go in. It's 3:30 in the morning. Somebody comes out, checks me in. I'm the only guy there. But there is one little doggy on the screen that's being tended to, and there's one veterinarian, as you can imagine, an overnight shift. So about an hour later, we go through the, quote, nurse, kind of the technician that really goes through it, and I'm holding Mosey, and all of a sudden I got blood on my arm. And so there's something going on when you have to express a dog, and I didn't know what that meant until the other day. Apparently they're having problems with maybe some of the intestinal stuff.
Okay.
So we get in there, and it's something that is ruptured, and I tell them you're our home vet and all that. So they sent you some information on it, or will. So anyway, bottom line is we did not want her sedated. I'm always nervous about that. So little Mosey went through all of that without sedation, and they said we want Mosey to tell every other animal that comes in here how to do this. Because she was so good. She was so good. So we have her on meds for a week. And here's the little Mosey, she's not going to take any medicine.
Right.
So Janet does what she has to do, give a little itty bitty pill. There's only 3 of those. We're done with those. And then the other one.
Did you use peanut butter to get those?
No, they don't. Our dogs don't do that.
Okay.
They don't want it. Thank you, but I don't want steak. I don't want pot roast, and I'm not doing it. And then after the first one, Mosey looked at the other pill that Janet broke up and ate it herself.
Okay.
How about that?
She knew I have to
do
medicine.
this. She really did. And then you're supposed to put the little fan thing on her neck.
The cone of shame?
Cone of shame. And we had it on for about an hour, took it off. She doesn't touch it. She knows she's got a wound, and it's really healing well. But it just was an emergency deal. We were freaking out. Janet was in Chicago helping with the kids up there. And she was obviously distraught. So I ended up driving to Chicago, picking her up, and driving to Nashville in about 12 hours in one day. And so we got it done, and she traveled beautifully and handled everything beautifully, and she's normal. She's barking again. But Todd, what a scary thing.
Yeah, it is. I mean, thank God we have a place like that around here.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking they serve a very wide area in the middle of the night. And they've got the resources to call people in if needed, and just it's an additional service that's I sometimes have to send people as far as Bloomington, or there's a really upscale one over in Indianapolis.
Yes.
I mean, that's a long drive.
Yes.
So,
yes.
And I know the waits over there in the emergency rooms can be hours. Sometimes you had a very short wait.
Yes.
Compared to some people.
I was thrilled, and they said people were calling all night, so it's great. People know about it, and I did a shout out to them yesterday and appreciate it. And I know you're a big advocate of that because Dr. Todd is not available at 3 a.m., folks, unless it's a puppy. You take care of
I kind of built my practice around the thoughts that the U of I is there and always is going to be there.
Yep.
I mean, so I didn't have to really upscale the stuff because I can't work 24/7.
No, you can't. As you have, you actually have tried. So yeah, in some cases when you had litters, you were working 24/7. But in any event, Dr. Elena, long last name, had only been a veterinarian out of school for 4 months. I thought she was outstanding.
Right, and Danielle and Adam Wright.
Yeah, Adam Wright and Danielle was also up at the front. Just really, really great service. So if it's an emergency, you got somebody. If you want to reach Dr. Todd, who will take care of everything else, but just not at 3:30 in the morning, how would they get hold of you, Todd?
Generally, the U of I kind of operates on their own. I mean, I'm pretty sure I have my numbers on file over there if they need me.
Yeah.
But clients, I just say if you feel the vibe like you did. It's better to call them and go in.
I just went in, and I knew I couldn't reach anybody by phone. I just went, and that's the right thing to do. I was so happy I did. If people want to reach Dr. Todd Likens, how do they do that?
217-355-5051.
And Miss Taylor around today, or is it Graham, or what do we got?
Miss Taylor's on duty, and I'm sure all our critters and our babies and everybody else is going to be helping her.
Todd, I appreciate it. Thanks for listening, my friend.
All right, see you.
Talk to you soon. Todd Likens, Pet Pro, Madison Kirby Champaign. All right, we'll come back. Another hour to go. Stand by. It is Tuesday, July 28th. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
I'm Stevie J at 8 o'clock. You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Paying tribute to Lindsey Graham. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
He was a great guy. He was a great politician, actually. People don't understand. He really was. He was able to bring people together.
President Trump, a short time ago on Fox and Friends, as a flag-draped casket carrying the late senator goes to the U.S. Capitol this morning.
Note that he is not lying in state or honor, but they're doing a special ceremony in the rotunda for Lindsey Graham. They've never done it this way before.
Fox's Chad Pergram at the Capitol.
We expect this ceremony to only go for about 30 minutes. They will then take the casket out, put it back in the hearse, and then go out to the National Cathedral.
That is where there's a funeral President Trump will speak at this afternoon. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky and Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will also attend. And this morning, both leaders will meet with President Trump at the White House. First, Zelensky talking about the Russia war, then Netanyahu discussing the Iran conflict. The president also tells Fox he's still hoping for a deal with Iran, but if talks fail, the U.S. attacks will be worse.
I would say in 2 hours, most of the bridges, the major bridges, will all be gone. And the power plants in 1 day. And, you know, if I can avoid doing that, I'd like to do that.
And the president insists he won't let Iran get a nuclear weapon and tells Fox the Strait of Hormuz will be open for shipping.
We control the strait. Now, they can drop a couple of mines in there and screw things up, but we control the strait. Our Navy is incredible. Not one ship has gotten to Iran during any time where we had the blockades.
And oil prices, they're down about 2% again this morning. It is day 3 of the search for suspect number 3 in Sunday night's Seattle shooting that sent panicked people running and hiding at a food festival. 3 shot dead, 4 wounded.
We will leave no stone unturned to bring all of those who may be involved to justice.
That's Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes. One of the gunmen is among the dead. Another accused shooter, a 15-year-old, is in custody. America's listening to Fox News.
I love days like these at the pool, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can sometimes take me out of the moment. I'm ready to make a splash with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza. Skyrizi is a prescription-only injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. At 4 months, most people saw 90% clearer skin when measured from head to toe, and many were even 100% plaque-free. People also saw significant improvement in psoriasis symptoms of pain, redness, itching, and burning.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Now there's nothing on my skin thanks to Skyrizi, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Well, as they get ready to pay tribute to late Senator Lindsey Graham at the U.S. Capitol and then Washington's National Cathedral, this is the last day for anyone who wants to run for the late senator's seat to file.
The filing window for South Carolina's August 11th special Republican Senate primary ends at noon Eastern time. The late Senator Lindsey Graham had already secured the GOP nomination but passed away earlier this month from a heart ailment. He was 71 years old. Those running for his seat and a full 6-year term include his sister, Darlene Graham, who is appointed to serve the remainder of her brother's term and has earned President Trump's endorsement, as well as Congressman Russell Fry and Ralph Norman. If no candidate secures at least 50% of the vote, a runoff would take place on August 25th. Whoever advances will take on Democratic nominee Dr. Annie Andrews, a pediatrician, in November. Kristen Goodwin, Fox News.
Michigan's primaries are a week from today, and last night 2 Democrats running for Senate squared off in a debate on WJBK.
I'm not a socialist. I'm just a capitalist who understands how capitalism works. The biggest threat to capitalism was never the idea of government regulation. It was always monopoly.
Abdul El-Sayed is vying for the nomination against Haley Stevens.
I have released my full tax returns, and Abdul still hasn't. We need to ask him, what's he hiding? What are the Republicans going to uncover in the general election that they will use against him?
Now, the winner will take on Mike Rogers in November. Another plea on Instagram from Today Show host Savannah Guthrie to whoever kidnapped her mother nearly 6 months ago to do the right thing and let them know where she is.
Our family
is in agony. We are in a nightmare that will not end. Nothing about our situation has changed.
Police still have no person of interest in Nancy Guthrie's abduction. On Wall Street, we're seeing mixed results. Dow futures up more than 500 points, but they're down for the NASDAQ about 200. I'm Dave Anthony, and this is Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. With school just around the corner, one Champaign County charity making sure kids return with confidence. The Sugar Foundation hosted a special giveaway at Douglas Park, handing out brand new shoes and socks to kids in need. Dozens lined up at a time, eager for a fresh start to the school year. The founder says the goal's simple: help kids feel good while walking into class. Champaign County deputies conducted a weekend traffic enforcement blitz targeting impaired driving and speeding. Multiple citations issued, including several DUI arrests. Deputies say summer weekends continue to be high-risk periods on rural roads. Sheriff's Office plans additional enforcement as students return to campus in August. Village of Savoy seeks new proposals for downtown development after its original partner dropped out. Downtown Development Group told village trustees it could no longer meet financial requirements for the project. Work on the new downtown square began earlier this year. You're locally up to date. From the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom, I'm Jim Miller.
Yes, all right. Into the second hour we go. ESPN 93.5. It is 8:06. Good to have you listening on Tuesday. Much better than yesterday's weather. Holy moly, we had
Yeah, you walked out the door and you just got hit with all that humidity. I know the farmers market is going on in downtown Champaign, and Champaign Center Partnership has a new leader in Johnette Mitchell. So some 4 to 6 near Big Grove Tavern in the patio area. We're going to meet her, and I'm so glad the weather is cooperating.
Yeah,
thank you for that,
much
Greg.
Much better. Greg Soye, our meteorologist. Been studying all night, getting ready for today's program. He's there and dedicated and knows.
Well, not quite,
what's
but
happening.
Some nights it's that way.
Yeah. Well, Stevie J's been known to exaggerate a little bit. That's okay. Okay.
That's okay.
So,
I appreciate the accolades and the branding.
You know, I'm going to, because we like you so much, if I ever get a tip from our pitmaster, Tim Onstadt, that he's anywhere near a tailgate, I shall let you know, sir. And of course,
yeah, we were chatting with the boys about that, and Christine and Trista say, hey, we got to get down into the football genre and barbecue pit master country this early fall season. So keep that in the back of your noggin.
If you ever,
I did see, but yes,
just gonna say, if you ever get here, your tickets are provided. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I did see in the schedule that Illinois, I believe, plays Duke.
Yeah.
At Memorial Stadium.
Yep. That's an ACC champion.
In the house.
ACC champion Duke, who we beat last year because they turned it over 5 times, will be a very good test for us early. We play UAB will be 27-point favorites for that one.
Yeah.
And then it's Duke is probably they'll probably be very close.
Yeah.
So we will see what we
they're
got.
getting that football program turned around. They want to try to get it matched up with basketball, I guess.
No, I'm telling you what, most wins ever in the history of Illinois football the last 2 seasons with 19 in 2 seasons. It's never happened. Yeah. So basketball. The thing with basketball is that now the expectations. We're a top 10 basketball program. We're probably going to rank in the top 5 preseason. So there's, the expectations when stuff is expected, it's different. It's a different vibe.
Uh-huh.
It's like, we only won by 20, man. What's wrong with us? And you're going, oh boy.
Yeah.
So I've been tempering everybody.
It beats the alternative rankings,
No, listen. This is where we want to be. Can we we handle it?
Yeah.
Can we deal with the disappointment that is inevitable in sport? I mean, it just happens. At Ohio State, they go 12-1. The sucker's a loser, man. I can't believe we lost that game.
Fire him.
No, if you go to the playoffs but lost to Michigan, it's a downer. I do believe
I've heard of that.
The Buckeyes want to beat Michigan more than they want to win a national championship. Remember, they lost to Michigan for the 4th time in a row, and he won a national championship. And it was like, that's good. I guess he stays a year. No, I mean, it's crazy. It's just a whole different level.
Yes.
Here we are. I'm hoping for 6. Maybe we'll get 7 wins. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But we have to get to a bowl. Here, for me, it's a bowl. I got to get to a bowl.
Realistic.
I just also know that's the ante in college football. You have to go to a bowl. There's 78 games. 78 teams going to go. I mean, you got to go. So that's non-negotiable. Now the goal, hopefully, is let's see if we can break into that playoff thing and be part of that excitement. That'd be pretty cool. If we ever hosted a playoff game, woo, that'd be hot stuff.
Man.
All right, we check your weather. ESPN 93.5, brought to you by the Urbana Park District.
Reminding you, Tai Chi Outdoor Summer Fitness is happening at Meadowbrook Park between 6:30 and 7:30 tonight. And tomorrow is the final neighborhood nights with the Tommy Grassman Band at Meadowbrook Park, 6:30 to 8. Learn more at urbanaparks.org.
All right, meteorologist Greg Soye with our weather picture, sir.
Yeah, I tell you, we last time talked about dew points, and 84-degree reading set the all-time record high dew point at Springfield. Being the weather geek that I am, and I'm kind of married to one as well, she was looking around this site called, I guess, Reddit, and we came up with Algona, Iowa. Evidently had a dew point of 91. So that would be, I don't know where you place that in the, the tropical rainforest of Brazil, South America, something like that. So that was reported evidently in Pipestone, Minnesota, up in the southwestern end of the state, had an 89-degree dew point over the past weekend. So there's maybe some truth into reality that some of these extreme corn sweat dew points have really come into play. Of course, we've talked about that here in our general neck of the woods, but I've never heard of anything that high in the bunch of years I've been doing the weather forecasting business. So Algona, Iowa, by the way, the north central part of the state. And so it goes. And around here, we're trying to get dew points into a more comfortable range, get to settle back into the 60s. It will be a process over the next about 18 to 24 hours. But at least the weather has quieted down from the severe batch that came through yesterday afternoon and late afternoon and evening time, and cleanup and recovery as you're going from Kankakee on northward. Out the door this morning, readings of 76 over at Willard and Savoy right now, 74 at Danville, 70 at the Kankakee, 82 at St. Louis. From there on southward, still some ongoing heat advisories and extreme heat warnings. But a better day today as the day wears on. Partly sunny skies to develop. We'll freshen up to the northwest to north breeze as the day wears on. And about 83 and a slow winding down of dew points that are still in the mid-70s right now. Cooler, less humid air settles in through the area for tonight, low down to 63. Tomorrow, sunny, less humid, a northeast breeze. It'll be a good-looking day with a high at about 83. 85 with sunshine Thursday. Do have a couple of showers and thunderstorms, 40 to 50% coverage late Friday night into Saturday. High temperatures of about 86 on Friday, lower 80s on Saturday. And looks like back into dry weather much of next week. We'll march closer to 90 degrees next Monday and Tuesday. For Stevie Deer Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solier.
ESPN 93.5. I'm Stevie J. There's Diane Ducey.
Good morning.
8:12 in Champaign-Urbana on this July 28. We have a Bulldog doggy bag we're doing on our Stever, the program where I give you money to use a good business like Bulldog Disposal. Doggy bags are all over town. You see them, Bulldog Disposal, bulldoggybag.com. If you're interested in a free one, which is about $215, counting the bag, which you can buy at Kirshner and Muhammad, and also Do It Best in Champaign. The doggy bag's available there for $40, and then you call Phil, and $175 later, he takes it. Kind of a field trip for the kids looking out the window as they see a big old crane grab your stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And if you buy 2 bags, the second bag is only $100.
That's right.
So if you have a lot of stuff but don't want to roll off that might cost $500, then maybe the 2 doggy bags will do it.
That's right.
Anyway, that's 217-359-2255 is the number to dial in with that's our text line. The Fisher National Bank text line, just put doggy bag if you're interested in this.
And Do It Best and Kirshner Building Supply are 2 places where you can get this going yourself. But again, this is a great offer today with our Go Stever program.
Brett Bielema, our head football coach extraordinaire, will face the media today in the Big Ten meetings. Kurt Cignetti, the Indiana guy that got to Indiana, the worst Division I football program in America historically. They were the worst. And the first year they go to the playoffs. And you're going, no way. And the second year they don't lose. They're 16-0. They beat Alabama by 30. What? Kurt Cignetti at the mic.
Process, and it's a way you go about doing things. It's a standard, it's an expectation. A high standard, a high expectation, it's accountability. Right? It's discipline, commitment, toughness, work ethic, pride. It's wanting to be great versus wanting to be normal. And, normal kind of equals average. And average is okay. There's no problem with average, except in my business. My business, average is the enemy. And to be great, you got to have special focus, special commitment, special preparation.
But listen, what they do on this thing, and why he gets mad when the team Indiana's up 35-6 and his offensive lineman jumps off sides. He just goes ballistic.
Mm-hmm.
But he deals with one play at a time. This is interesting.
And discipline and the ability to say no to some things. All right? So you stack great days on top of each other. You play the game the way we want to play the game, one play at a time, 6 seconds a play. Every play's got a life and a history of its own. Play every play like it's nothing. Don't be affected by success or failure. Be able to compartmentalize and go to the next play. Playing it the same way. Because what happens then? You get to the end of the game, game's on the line. You're used to practicing that way, playing that way, right? You're just doing your thing. That guy's looking at the scoreboard and he's like, tightening up a little bit.
I'll tell you what, I don't know what to say, except that I believe him. I finally believe Indiana. Because every game last year I'm going, there's no way. They ain't going to Oregon and winning that game. And they did by 10. I don't know. Can they keep this going at Indiana? How does he respond if they're 3-4? I don't think that'll play very well based on what I've seen when they're undefeated. He has his hands on his hips. By the way, the man's 6'4". I just had no idea. I guess he's around tall people. But he's a big dude. Okay, so that's Indiana. And we don't play him this year. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
But I think we could. I think we can beat them. I think we're up to that. Not quite that level, but we're headed that way. I just think Cignetti ruined it for every coach. Well, Cignetti did it in 2 years. What the crap is that? And he claims they're not all about NIL. He has to have a pretty good budget, but I don't know. I think he's a very unusual human, and somehow gets the kids really focused on the thing, and they've got real talent. Their receivers last year were NFL guys. They're amazing. Of course, they had the number 1 pick, Kurt Mendoza. Freddie Mendoza.
Fernando. Yes.
Wonderful family, good human, going to play for the Raiders. I hope they don't play him game 1. I hope they kind of gradually bring him in. I think it's a mistake to put any college kid, no matter what, starting quarterback. The NFL is a little bit different. So there's that. All right, it's 8:17. Quick check of sports headlines.
All right. Well, Busey has struck a deal, Stevie. 5 years and $30 million. Increased visibility on the uniforms, the sideline apparel for the coaches. This patch partnership will be on uniforms including the football team, men's and women's basketball team, volleyball, baseball, softball, soccer, men's and women's golf. So we'll be seeing this.
9 sports. Okay, no track and field maybe, huh?
Not that.
Okay.
Not at this point.
I mean, they got a lot there, so I want to talk about this here in a second.
Okay. We see the Nike swish, we see the Big Ten patch, and now it's Busey with, the kind of a pillar side of the left-hand side of the B.
It's their logo.
And it says Busey, and then the kind of bold letters for bank underneath there, too, that we might not see on the regular Busey logo.
Okay.
So there's that going on.
Cubs
and
beat
Big
the
Ten
Cardinals.
Media Days today with Brett Bielma and players going to the mic around 11:30.
And the Cubs beat the Cardinals 7-3.
Yes.
Heading out for a safe summer getaway. Keep track of your finances while on the road with Busey and the new digital banking platform. Designed with you in mind, Busey's digital banking gives you more control and flexibility than ever before. With an intuitive dashboard, streamlined navigation, and built-in support, you'll enjoy a digital banking experience that is simple, secure, and reliable. At a glance, you can take views of your available and current balance, up to 20 accounts, and recent transactions across all accounts. I can't imagine having 20 accounts. That'd be hard. Payment management through bill pay, card management, transaction alert settings, quick links to important functions. The ability to view your credit score is there as well. Categorize spending. Maintain control of your finances. Keep your account safe with Busey, even while on the road. Visit Busey.com, 800-67-BUSEY, or stop by one of the many convenient locations today. Member FDIC and equal housing lender. We've certainly noticed that Busey's got way more visibility, serving in 10 different states now. Busey, member FDIC, 819.
Well, again, everyone, let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign event in vicinity. Hopefully you made it through A-OK on that severe weather outbreak from the Kankakee down to Effingham over the past couple of days, and including yesterday's tornado outbreak up and around the Hoopston area. Some folks picking up some multi-inch rainfall totals as well. Others left high and dry, but cleanup and recovery and assessment from damaging winds, the story for the next few. In any event, partly sunny skies. Afternoon temperatures up to about 83. Lowering humidity through the day with an increasing north-northeasterly wind. More comfortable tonight. Humidity drops back. Dawn temperatures down to about 63 for the day tomorrow. Good looking one. Expectations of sunshine and afternoon readings for the day tomorrow expected to top out at around 83. More comfortable tomorrow night, down to the lower 60s. Sunshine and 85 on Thursday. Late Friday into Saturday. A couple of showers over parts of the area. Be looking at temperatures topping out in the low to mid 80s with middle and upper 80s by day. Nights in the 60s. Quiet, dry weather the rest of next week. For TV Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
I'm Stuart Varney, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Boeing shares are up 1%, though Boeing lost money in the recent quarter. CEO Kelly Ortberg says the company is making progress on its turnaround plan. He says Boeing's operations are more stable and key certification programs remain on plan. Coca-Cola's profit and sales rose in the recent quarter. People were drinking more of its beverages, and it was able to raise prices to cover higher costs. It is raising its forecast for the year, and Coca-Cola shares are higher. Royal Caribbean Group, the cruise company, reported a better than expected quarter, though it is lowering some expectations for this year. Cruise companies are dealing with higher fuel prices because of the Mideast conflict. And technology shares are losing ground this morning on concerns that China is developing technology to make chips to compete with the U.S. and Europe. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jenny Cosola. Invested in you.
You're probably listening to this in your car, so let me ask you. Would you drive without insurance? Of course not. So why is your retirement portfolio unprotected? Gold is portfolio insurance. It helps de-risk your savings when markets get unpredictable. Noble Gold Investments has helped thousands of Americans do exactly that, with no high-pressure sales and thousands of 5-star reviews. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals involves risk. Consult with your tax or financial professional before making any investment decisions.
Going out of business, Kelsey Furniture, after 67 years, has made the painful decision to close their doors forever. Final phase. Our entire inventory is offered to the public and to dealers. When it's gone, it is gone. Buildings have sold. Office equipment and vehicles will be sold. Dealers welcome by appointment. All furniture, mattresses, and accessories offered for pennies on the dollar. Merchandise must be removed from the premises immediately. Your immediate attention is requested. Final phase. Kelsey Furniture, 215 North Main Street, Tuscola, Illinois. Open today, 10 a.m. till 7 p.m.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
What is most important to you in your life? This is Eric Bolin with Provident Financial Group. Whether you're launching a career, raising a family, planning for retirement, or creating a legacy, we can help. At Provident, we provide strategic thinking and perspective that help clients like you realize their goals. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
Jesse Stevens with Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. One of the most common questions we hear is, why does this line keep backing up? Clearing the drain fixes the symptom, but there's often an underlying issue. At Lands, we clear the line, then run a camera to help confirm what's behind the problem. You decide what to do next with confidence. Call 355-5512 for Lands Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
You have money laying all around your house. You just don't know it. And no, I don't mean selling your great-grandma's good china. I mean all the old metal items you don't want to use or get rid of. Don't pay someone to haul it away. Bring it into Max Twin City Recycling and get paid to have it taken off your hands. They love new customers and are more than willing to walk you through their process step by step. Come check them out at 2808 North Lincoln Avenue in Urbana.
Starting it over is what we do
Better banking is about more than just money. It's about people. And Fisher National Bank is a locally owned community bank serving Champaign and Vermilion counties. They're your friends and neighbors, taking a vested interest in the communities they serve. Last year alone, Fisher National offered over 750 hours of community service. By investing in the people they serve, Fisher National Bank shares in the success of a stronger community. Learn more at FisherNational.com or any of the branches. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
825 ESPN 93.5. We'll be getting into our game day ticket giveaways as we get football going here.
That's right.
What are we, 30-some days away? Something like that. We're in September this year. We've been in August the past few years. I'm looking at a picture of Brett Bielema. Where's the Big Tens?
In Chicago.
Okay. But did you notice anything in this picture? They're all about the same size.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't know Matthew Bailey was that big. This guy's Matthew, that's Caden Hauser, and that's our guy, Juice Clark.
Yes.
But Brett Bielema, I mean, he's probably shrunk, but he's at least 6'4", isn't he?
Right.
So you're telling me Caden Hauser is about the same, our quarterback, and Matthew Bailey is that tall as a safety? Yikes.
Okay.
Either that or Brett's doing some shrinking on me.
Well,
We
they
all
have
shrink.
to divide up our Big Ten media days since we have so many teams these days.
I
So
wonder how they did that, because if you did it with Indiana, don't you go alphabetical? I would think Illinois would have been next.
18 programs.
Yeah.
Talks about in this article. So it's at the Hilton, Chicago.
I tell you what, I'm very interested. Number one, more than Caden Hauser, the quarterback, I'm interested in my defense. That's going to be big. Because, again, aggressive. I love the aggressive because all of a sudden it's 3rd down and 20 because we blitz and sack the quarterback. Changes the entire game. Or, the guy's wide open. Who was supposed to cover him? Because we were blitzing, guy's wide open. That happens too.
This article talks about, can Caden Hauser sustain the Illini solid QB production after Luke Altmaier?
It's for sure. I get that. But we have the same offensive coordinator. Barry Lundy's still here. We paid him more money to stay. And, he's probably, I think they're all future head coaches, aren't they? We're in your coordinator.
I would think so.
So anyway, he's here. So whatever Luke Altmaier was doing, he was in a system that was to his strength. So whatever Caden does better than Luke or worse than Luke, we adapt based on the system. You're going to throw the out route because he throws it better or whatever. You're going to go to what the kid can do. So that helps. And then maybe the out of the backfield kind of a toss. I don't know. I just don't know enough about it. Didn't hear much in spring ball because we were all about the Final Four. I mean, there's no question basketball outshadowed in the spring football. And football coming off 9 wins and a Tennessee Bowl win.
I know.
What's Brett supposed to do except just win?
Exactly.
No, it's just, we're just not used to this, so we have to adapt. Shauna Green's going to make the NCAA tournament again, and, we're just getting used to women's basketball?
That's right.
You're talking about women?
I know.
Wait a minute. We haven't done this. So it's kind of fun. And then Chris Thomas, he's got a big thing August 15.
Yes.
And I'd actually like to go to that. But Chris Thomas, volleyball coach, I'm hoping he has a big year. So we have things cooking pretty well. We just got it going on. All right, 8:28 news coming up. Last segment of the program. Stand by.
Here's another home improvement insight from Kramer Siding and Window, a proud member of Prairie Home Alliance.
Your roof is your home's best protection for the elements outside. And that's why Owens Corning Roofing is designed and tested for superior performance. Kramer is a platinum preferred contractor hand-selected by Owens Corning. So start today and get 10% off the best roofing from the best roofing professionals.
Call 217-355-2720, click on kramersiding.com, or visit the showroom in Champaign.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Head to Route 45 Wayside in Pesotum. They're open 7 days a week with daily food specials that keep things fresh and affordable. And Sundays? It's Sunday Fun Day from 1 to 4 with live entertainment that brings the party to life. Don't miss their massive 8,000 square foot patio, perfect for kicking back with friends. Feeling competitive? Jump into their sand volleyball leagues this spring and summer. Co-ed teams, great vibes, and even better memories. Route 45 Wayside in Pesotum. Great food, live music, and fun all week long.
Update your flooring and furniture while saving some serious money at Carpet Weaver's Mission Renovation Savings Event. First, get an instant $100 off every $1,000 you spend on flooring. Then get a $50 labor credit with every 100 square feet of flooring you purchase. Plus, get up to a $1,000 rebate on Pergo floors. And 2 years free financing store-wide. The Mission Renovation Savings Event is going on now at Carpet Weavers.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com.
All right, last call for our Stever offer, the program where I, Stevie J, give you money and you spend it. And today it's at Bulldog Disposal, handing out a doggy bag to one human. That's a $40 bag. It's 6 cubic yards. It'll hold a lot of stuff that you can't recycle or donate. So if you need a doggy bag, 217-359-2255, Fisher National Bank text line, text in doggy bag, and you might win this and get rid of all your stuff and clutter. Last call right now.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. Capitol Rotunda honors for the late GOP Senator Lindsey Graham, Air Force veteran and champion of the military. President Trump tells Fox and Friends.
He was a great guy. He was a great politician, actually. People don't understand he really was. He was able to bring people together.
Fox's Chad Pergram.
A hearse will bring Graham's flag-draped casket here. It's one final visit for Graham to Capitol Hill. Graham is neither lying in state or honor in the rotunda. His family preferred a private service.
The Senate will honor Graham with a vote tonight for Russia sanctions. Ukraine President Zelensky meets President Trump in the Oval about Russia this morning, and then Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu visits the Oval about Iran. The president reveals Senator Graham thought it was time to make a deal on Iran. All three attend the National Cathedral funeral this afternoon, burial tomorrow in South Carolina. America's listening to Fox News.
Here's a look at local news. The UIUC engineering team has received a federal grant to study next-generation battery materials aimed at improving electric vehicle performance. The project focused on safety, longer-lasting lithium alternatives. Researchers say the funding will support the lab expansion and student involvement. August is right around the corner. People preparing for their kids to go back to school. Over the weekend, the Community Health Partnership and Champaign-Urbana Health District hosted an event to help parents and families out. The agencies hosted their 5th annual Health and Resource Fair Saturday outside of the CU Public Health District's building in Champaign. Illinois Athletics will introduce its first corporate jersey patch beginning in the 2027 season, partnering with Busey Bank at a landmark agreement. The Busey logo will appear on uniforms across 9 sports, including football and men's and women's basketball, as well as sideline apparel worn by coaches, staff members. You're locally up to date from the Stevie J Broadcasting Newsroom. I'm Jim Miller.
All right, thank you, Jim. We check your weather. Our meteorologist is Greg Solier, brought to you by Route 45 Wayside with Sunday Fun Day. And coming up this Sunday,
now we're into August.
Well, I had to change months. Voodoo Exiles.
All right.
It's August 2nd. That's Sunday.
I feel like that's the Rolling Stones cover band. They're
Voodoo
super
Exiles.
good.
Okay.
I think that was a Rolling Stones album back. I've seen them a dozen times or so.
1 to 4 this Sunday afternoon. It's Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum.
Here's a look at
Blowing it every month. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois, Champaign-Urbana vicinity. Hopefully you made it through A-OK on that severe weather outbreak from the Kankakee down to Effingham over the past couple of days, and including yesterday's tornado outbreak up and around the Hoopston area. Some folks picking up some multi-inch rainfall totals as well. Others left high and dry, but cleanup and recovery and assessment from damaging winds, the story for the next few. In any event, partly sunny skies. Afternoon temperatures up to about 83. Lowering humidity through the day with an increasing north-northeasterly wind. More comfortable comfortable tonight. Humidity drops back. Dawn temperatures down to about 63 for the day tomorrow. Good looking one. Expectations of sunshine and afternoon readings for the day tomorrow expected to top out at around 83. More comfortable tomorrow night, down to the lower 60s. Sunshine at 85 on Thursday. Late Friday into Saturday, a couple of showers over parts of the area. Be looking at temperatures topping out in the low to mid 80s with middle and upper 80s by day. Nights in the 60s. Quiet, dry weather the rest of next week. For TV Day Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Solgay.
All right, it is 8:34. Johnette Mitchell, Champaign Center Partnership new CEO. Firstly, welcome and congratulations. Way to go. You got it.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here.
My name is Stevie J. I'm a dog walker, in case that comes up in our conversation, because I can walk your dogs. I love dogs.
I told Stevie, Johnette, because I know
well,
you.
I have two beautiful Shih Tzus, Mercedes and Ben. So, hey, Stevie, you and I are going to have to get together.
Well, we have two little Morkies, 2 7-pound Morkies. And as my wife says, if you come back to this earth, you'll want to be her dog. So that's the kind of, chicken soup, 89 degrees, and then 5 o'clock every day. So everything is fine with
all the things.
Massages and all that. Anyway, good to have you. You're the new Champaign Center Partnership, the new CEO. We welcome you to Champaign, Urbana. There's something going on today between 4 and 6 at Big Grove Tavern. Tell me about it, Johnette.
Yes, finally the time is here. We'll have a welcome party this evening between 4 and 6. Nothing formal. Just come out, meet. I want to shake your hand. I want to give you a hug, get to know you, and just let you know that I'm here to support our downtown area as well as some of the other districts with Midtown and Campus Town, so that we have a stronger Champaign. So I just want to come out and get to know everyone.
What is your vision? What is the Champaign Center Partnership? In your vision, Johnette, what will they do?
Well, that's a good question, because I think that's where I want to provide some really strong clarity as to our why, and why our partnership matters to a community. So, we connect. We're the connector. I want people to see Champaign Center Partner as the kind of like the nucleus that can connect people, strengthen the business, and then build our community. And there's many ways to do that, right? But I think our strong brand is going to be connecting people, promoting our small businesses in our community, be an advocate for them, right? And also provide resources and tools for them. And then by activating, which is sort of like that fourth pillar, we can create many opportunities for collaboration, investment, and engagement. And so when you kind of have that nucleus in place, automatically our businesses will thrive. We'll have more people coming into our downtown spaces in these districts to do business. And then that leads to a greater Champaign, right? It encourages other people to invest and possibly do business in the downtown area or any one of the 3 districts. So that's my goal.
In case there are businesses listening, Johnette, what can they do to reach out, to meet you, to maybe develop that partnership with CCP?
Trust me, I'm going to be walking down the street. You will see me. I will pop in and out. But you can also definitely come to our Facebook page, find us on our website, which we will be kind of restructuring in a way so that it's easily to connect with me and know what's going on with CCP through ChampaignCenter.com. So there'll be many ways. But if you see me on the streets, I will have a lot of different branding going on. So look for me because I want to hear your voice and I want it to be heard. So I'll be walking these streets and popping in on you and just seeing how I can be an assistance and listen and support.
For me, on the advisory board, I've kind of joined because of the Parade of Lights. We had a 25th anniversary we were supposed to have last year, but Mother Nature and a blizzard came through that day. But it's November 28th is what we're planning for, a Winterfest and a fun Parade of Lights. And I've been a part of that for, I think, since the beginning. The past 25 years.
I think you have. You're a staple here, honey.
Diane does at least 200 public appearances every. I'm not exaggerating.
She does.
No.
I feel like, yes, she's almost famous, and I should get her autograph now.
No,
right?
okay, Johnette, I don't know anything about you, but I give you a 10 on your enthusiasm and energy. It's fantastic.
Thank you so much. I'm just so happy to be. I want to shake your hand. I want to get to know you, Stevie. Okay, so you definitely come out and introduce yourself, and we'll talk about the dog.
Okay,
Sure.
I want to talk about Mercedes and Benz. Which is more dominant? Who's running the show?
Who do you think?
Mercedes.
Of course, they're 15 and 14 years of age. They are my babies.
Oh, no.
I don't have any children, so they are truly
15
my
and
kiddos.
14. You have cared for these dogs so well.
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
that's incredible. Well done.
Yes.
Well, who's got Mercedes and Benz now when you're moving?
Well, my parents, God bless them, thank you, parents.
Yeah, right, of course.
They are watching the babies, and you know, it's really good. My came back for my dad post-COVID is why I relocated back to Illinois, back home. So having those fur babies around, they love him, right? They keep him busy, they keep him active, that he can walk, you know, and take care of them. So I'm just blessed, you know, that he's here, he's doing well, and he has my kiddos to kind of keep him company.
Oh, it's
right
fantastic.
now.
And they love him, I'm sure. Well, this is great.
Oh,
All right.
absolutely.
Today, 4 to 6, Big Grove Tavern. Meet Johnette Mitchell, the new CEO of Champaign Center Partnership. Probably got some little trinkets for us, little eats and drinks.
Oh, yeah. There's going to be...
Yes, we do. Have little appetizers.
And you can
some
shop
drinks and
because...
some great conversation.
And the farmers market is going on from 3 to 6 right in that area next to Big Grove. So we're anticipating people shopping because now we're getting some sweet corn in.
Yeah, we call it...
support farmers market.
You call it a welcome. I call it dinner. Okay? All right. Anyway,
Come on for some microgreens, Stevie.
Yeah.
We got
There we
some
go.
good selections of microgreens at the market.
Well, listen, Johnette Mitchell, Champaign Center Partnership new CEO. You're welcome on the program anytime. You just bring it like you're bringing it. The energy is fantastic.
That's right.
Kind of a fan already. All right.
Thank you.
Good. Well,
Love you guys. Thanks
talk
for
to you
having
soon.
me on.
Thank you.
ChampaignCenter.com for any details about Champaign Center Partnership, the event happening today,
That's,
4 to 6.
She's kind of a wow.
In the Festival Plaza. That's why I said.
Who hired her?
Well, as the advisory board,
You hired her?
we were a big
Diane
part of it.
Ducey hired her.
I mean, I'm not
That's
saying
a way to
that,
go, Diane.
but she was,
and you get all the credit.
We whittled down the talent pool from, you know, the 18 or 20 applications to the final 4. And then
Well,
there
you
was
get
all
her to
these
your
interviews.
house. Between you two, you'll power your house. I mean, that'll be electricity there.
Okay.
Johnette Mitchell. All right, ESPN 93.5, 842. When you make the right decision, it feels good, like picking the perfect accent rug or choosing a good night's sleep over an all-night crime show binge. It feels really good to make the right insurance decision, too. That's why State Farm agent Kurt Lenschow is right here in Champaign-Urbana to help you select the right protection at the right price. Kurt will make sure you understand your State Farm coverages so you'll know what to expect if the unexpected happens. Just call him when you want the real deal. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Toilet won't flush and the tub gurgles? That's usually the main sewer. Land's Drain Cleaning can clear the line and use a camera when needed to confirm what caused it. Land's Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions. Why call anyone else?
Everything is so expensive. Our bills are piling up. We have our summer trip coming up. How are we going to pay for everything?
Bad news, honey. The garage freezer is water leaking.
Oh no. We just bought all that meat for next week's cookout.
Can we afford a new freezer right now?
Why buy new when you can fix the one you have?
Who are you?
Honey, it's Paul Rican from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Repairing your existing appliance is a great way to save money now if the stress of high bills has you down.
How soon can you come out?
Today or next day.
That's fast, but what if the repair ends up being more expensive than we thought?
We'll give you a $50 coupon off a brand new appliance.
So either way we win?
I like that.
Call Dick Van Dyke Appliance World or schedule service at appliance-world.com and schedule your win-win today.
Wow!
Stand behind what we sell, we offer so much more. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Looking for your new favorite hangout? Head to Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. They're open 7 days a week with daily food specials that keep things fresh and affordable. And Sundays? It's Sunday Fun Day from 1 to 4 with live entertainment that brings the party to life. Don't miss their massive 8,000 square foot patio, perfect for kicking back with friends. Feeling competitive? Jump into their sand volleyball leagues this spring and summer. Co-ed teams, great vibes, and even better memories. Route 45 Wayside in Pasodum. Great food, live music, and fun all week long.
This is Eric Boland with Provident Financial Group. Unfortunately, there is no one-size-fits-all retirement plan. Finding the right plan for you depends on many factors. The good news is we can help improve your retirement readiness, whatever your situation. Contact us today at 217-366-3456 or find us online at providentfinancialgroupllc.com.
Securities offered through Raymond James Financial Services, Inc., member FINRA SIPC. Provident Financial Group is not a registered broker-dealer and is independent of Raymond James Financial Services. Investment advisory services offered through Raymond James Financial Service Advisors, Inc.
All right, quarter till, time for sports headlines.
Big Ten Media Days are today, and our guy, Brett Bielema, and 3 players, Caton Hauser, our quarterback, Juice Clark, and Matthew Bailey, both defensive backs. We've seen a picture on social media of them in Chicago. Tony Petitti, okay,
I think it's Petitti,
is our Big Ten commissioner who will start us off and get us out of the gate and then introduce Brett Bielema next. But we had talked about Kurt Cignetti taking the mic yesterday, and Tony from Mansfield had chimed in. Cignetti did not do it in 2 years. He's been coaching for a long time.
He has been coaching a long time, but not in the Big Ten, not in the SEC. You don't come to Indiana, which is, I'm serious. I read where Indiana is the worst Division I football program in the history of Division I football, as far as just not successful. They were a basketball school. I just don't think you go to a conference like the SEC or the Big Ten, clearly the 2 biggest, and you do what he did with Indiana. Yeah, we do Michigan, Ohio State. Indiana? That's phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's lost, 2 times in 2 years?
Well, Tony's text finishes, as he said, look him up. He wins.
He wins.
I think the quote is, Google me.
Yeah,
I win.
Google me. No, I know it's phenomenal, but you're just waiting for a flat tire. Something's going to go on where they don't win some games they should win, right? I mean, that's just what happens.
Well, that's what we're all facing as far as, what does this season entail? Obviously, he had the number 1 pick as a quarterback. This year, Indiana is going with TCU's Josh Hoover.
Yeah, I think he's a very good quarterback.
Right.
Texas Christian, very good program.
And we've got East Carolina's Caton Hauser that's stepping into Luke Altmaier's quarterback role.
This is a Tommy DeVito situation. It's one and done. Tommy tried to get a second year, but Caton, this is it. So we got to, obviously they're working on next year already, who they think they might get, and you can always go to the portal and pull out the money too.
Another trending story in Illini Nation, Busey striking a 5-year, $30 million deal with this patch partnership, as we see the patch on numerous athletic uniforms and on the sidelines.
I just would love to hear their reason, and I find it interesting and not subtle that Busey has bank on it, because they would know probably, people still mispronounce it. They say Bussy or Busey. It's a long U, and then they wouldn't know what Busey was.
Right.
So this tells them it's a bank, and it's a prominent bank. With
around here, when I call and I say Diane Ducey and they didn't hear it, they say Diane Busey. So around here, I feel like they have Busey.
They have top-of-mind awareness in this community, because that's kind of where it all started. But to be around as long as they've been around, since 1868, the U of I started 1867, Busey predates the football program. So there's nobody else in the county, right? There's nobody else that is that old in the county. But how do you go $30 million for 9 uniforms for 5 years, $30 million? How do you value what you get?
It's the increased visibility.
But how do you know? What's the
building the brand?
But how do you know who sees it? How do you know who's affected by it?
Right.
It's the familiarity. That's the gray area. But when you get to a level and you're able to say Coca-Cola or Pepsi, people know what that is. When you say Busey, they don't. Busey Bank, yes, they're learning. This is going to help that when it says bank on it. So they'll know that this is a pretty big dog, and they're considering banks. And I heard about Busey, they support the Illini. I mean, they're probably, but I'm just wondering, in this day and age of what do I get if I give you $30 million? I mean, State Farm Center. I mean, State Farm only paid $2 million a year for 30 years.
Wow.
I mean, isn't that the bargain basement deal of the year?
It is.
That's nothing compared to. Can you break that
Back
thing?
then, we were saying, "Oh my gosh!"
Well, because we weren't very successful. So
at Busey, it talks about $18.04 billion as far as being a regional financial
I thought it was actually more than. I thought they managed over $20 billion. But
in this quick online search, that's what it says.
I always thought they were 24. Anyway, they've grown immensely.
Mm-hmm.
So it's Busey. It's on the uniform. You'll see it next to the Nike swoosh.
That's right.
Weather next.
Going out of business. Kelsey Furniture, after 67 years, has made the painful decision to close their doors forever.
When you're stuck on the road, you need help you can trust. Fast. That's where T-Pro Towing and Roadside Repair comes in. From light duty to heavy duty towing, they've got you covered 24 hours a day. With their state-of-the-art facilities, 3Cs, a division of T-Pro Towing, can repair semis to passenger cars at their Camargo facility. Service across central Illinois, including Urbana, Tuscola, and Camargo. Save their number now, 217-253-3450. That's T-Pro Towing and 3Cs. Ready when you need them, anytime, anywhere.
Sarah Champagne managing partner Ben Patron on why integrity is important at Sarah.
We hire the person. The person makes the deal. The person makes the department. The person makes everyone around them treat people with courtesy and respect. If you have a quality human being, you can play any position, right? We're talking about sports. They can perform in any department, and I could teach someone a job, but I can't teach them to be a good person.
Learn more at sarahchampagne.com. That's SERRA champagne.com.
Hello again, everyone. Let's check weather. Free Central Illinois. Champaign-Urbana is Saturday. All the cleanup and recovery for some in the wake of yesterday's clustered severe weather on its way from Kankakee down all the way to the Ohio. Reports of severe weather, hail, high wind, and even some tornadic activity not too far outside and around the Hoopston area for openers. In any event, slightly cooler, slightly drier settling in for the day-to-day with partly sunny skies and lower and middle 80s on temperatures. Will freshen up the north breeze. That'll help somewhat. Overnight lows for tonight will be far more comfortable with less humidity in the air and a dawn temperature of 63. Tomorrow, sunny, less humid at 83 with a light northeast wind. A bit gusty for the afternoon, though. More comfortable at 62 for tomorrow night. Sunshine at 85. The outlook on Thursday. Late Friday into Saturday, couple of showers, maybe a thunderstorm over about half the area. High temperatures into the lower and middle 80s. And then a quiet weather picture taking us into early next week. Daytime temperatures into the 80s. Nights into the low to mid 60s. Additional rain chances mid next week. For Stevie J Broadcasting, I'm meteorologist Greg Soldier.
Actually, I called the provider. It was just going to be a while before I could have service, and I couldn't wait, so I was recommended to Classic. Professionalism, their dependability, credibility, and the service technicians, I wouldn't ever call anybody else.
I truly believe that after people have experienced other companies and then given us a try, they can clearly see the difference.
Visit ClassicPlum.com. I've got to clean out this garage. Let's see. What's the cheapest and easiest dumpster service in our area?
Here's what I found. The doggy bag.
Think she's broken. I'm not looking for takeout. Siri, try again.
The doggy bag from Bulldog Disposal in Mahomet.
Doggy bag? What's that?
If you got junk that needs to go, but you don't want the hassle of having an enormous dumpster delivered, grab a doggy bag, keep it as long as you need. They'll come take it away. For more information, just visit bulldoggybag.com.
That's bulldoggybag.com.
Here's what somebody recently said at Pards in Urbana. I was there just a few minutes, and somebody came up and asked if I needed help. And they were incredible, helped me find the size of boot I needed, and then I bought a second pair too. Everything was friendly, everything was excellent. Visit Pards in Urbana, 206 North Maple, between Main and University in Urbana. It's Pards Western Shop since 1968. Or go online and visit pards.com, pards.com. Alrighty, it is 8:53. We got the drive this afternoon. I'm not sure what time Brett Bielma's speaking, but we'll have some of that audio for sure in the morning. I'm sure this afternoon if Brett will have spoken. And also from some of our guys, we certainly want to hear from Caden Hauser, the quarterback, because that's he's going to be bigger. He's going to be the biggest quarterback we've had under Brett Bielma. Tommy DeVito wasn't very big, neither is Luke Altmaier. This guy's 6'4", so he'll look kind of large back there, and then I don't know, man. Who's my running back? I just don't know. And the defense, I'm excited to attack because I wasn't satisfied with what we were doing. I think a lot of Illini fans felt that. We like Aaron, but he got a job in Notre Dame. That's good. Aaron Henry.
Mm-hmm.
But now we got Bobby Hauck, and he's the former head coach at Montana, or was it Wyoming? I always get them mixed up. So he's a head football coach, very successful, retired, said, I'm kind of done with all this NIL stuff and all the figuring. I think he got tired. But he had a very good record as a head football coach, and now he's running my defense. And Brett wanted to be the CEO, and he is.
That's right.
But I don't think he's messing with the defense. So we got some guys now. We got some pretty good players.
Let's go.
I'm just
now
hopeful.
We open the show with Champaign County Fair, and congratulations to the sisters who are our queen and little miss, Caitlin and JoJo Graham. Congratulations of being selected, and it's harness racing today and the monster trucks tomorrow. ChampaignCountyFair.cc for the agenda.
It's going to be a little cooler here for the few days, so that'll be
great.
Very nice and what was sure hot yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we shall gather again tomorrow for our Wednesday broadcast. Thank you, Diane.
Enjoy the day.
That's Diane Ducey. I am Stevie J. Meet you tomorrow on the radio. Thank you for listening. Have a great Tuesday.
Hey, golf cart shoppers. Tired of the same old golf cart shopping experience? Come over to Midwest Carts in Tuscola, Illinois, where customers rave about unbeatable pricing, massive selection, and full service done right. As the largest Denago golf cart dealer in Illinois, they've got premium new models plus 20 to 30 quality used carts ready to roll at any time. And the best part? Free delivery on new carts anywhere in Illinois or Indiana. Midwest Carts, Tuscola, Illinois. Find them at mwcarts.com.
Hey, it's Kurt with Lands Heating and Cooling. When you need a new heating and cooling system, Lands makes it easy. We measure your home, we check your ductwork, and we match you with the quiet, efficient, trained system. With Lands, you get the right system at the right price with the right installation. If your system's aging, now's the smart time to choose a high-efficiency trained heat pump and furnace. Schedule a no-pressure, in-home consultation at landsinc.com, and remember, it's hard to stop a train.
Everything is so expensive. Our bills are piling up. We have our summer trip coming up. How are we going to pay for everything?
Bad news, honey. The garage freezer is water leaking.
Oh no. We just bought all that meat for next week's cookout.
Can we afford a new freezer right now?
Why buy new when you can fix the one you have?
Who are you?
Honey, it's Paul Rican from Dick Van Dyke Appliance World.
Repairing your existing appliance is a great way to save money now if the stress of high bills has you down.
How soon can you come out?
Today or next day.
That's fast. But what if the repair ends up being more expensive than we thought?
We'll give you a $50 coupon off a brand new appliance.
So either way we win?
I like that.
Call Dick Van Dyke Appliance World or schedule service at appliance-world.com and schedule your win-win today.
Wow!
Stand behind what we sell, we offer so much more. Dick Van Dyke Appliance World. When you buy from us, you get the whole store.
Looking for a warm, welcoming place to relax in Tuscola? Stop by Hometown Grounds, where great coffee and great company come together. They're proudly serving Mad Goat coffee, so you can enjoy a rich, delicious cup while catching up with friends. And if you've got kids, no problem. There's a special play area where they can have fun and you sit back and relax. Hometown Grounds is a gathering place for the whole community and perfect for meetings. Come see what everyone's talking about in Tuscola. Visit hometowngroundscoffee.com and plan your visit today.
Drive in, drive out. Recycling's what Max is all about. You can make some cash and do your share. We make it really simple because we care. It doesn't matter large or small. Our friendly staff will handle it all. Starting it over is what we do at Max Twin City Recycling.
This is Amanda with Cast Iron Pub. There's always something happening in downtown Tuscola. If you're looking for delicious pub burgers, hand-cut steaks, wings, sandwiches, and chef-inspired specials you won't find anywhere else. Pair with 10 rotating draft beers or seasonal cocktails. Then stick around for Wednesday trivia, music bingo, and the Summer Sunday live music series. Great food, cold drinks, and an atmosphere you'll love. Make Cast Iron Pub your next destination in downtown Tuscola. You can find us online at castironpub.biz and Facebook at Cast Iron Pub.
When your vehicle needs expert care, trust 3C's Automotive Repair in Camargo. From cars and trucks to semis, they do it all, including hydraulic repairs with 7 clean professional service bays. Roadside assistance is available, and if your repair takes a little longer, enjoy a courtesy ride within 15 miles or relax next door at the Roadrunner station. Experience great service with a small town feel at the corner of Route 136 and Route 130 in Camargo. Call 3C's Automotive Repair at 217-832-2706.
When time matters, proximity counts. And now you have more options than ever. Fly Champaign-Urbana and start your trip on schedule. With American Airlines and beginning soon, new service on United Airlines, connect through Chicago or Dallas to business centers across the country and around the world, with flights available to book today. Be efficient, be connected, be home sooner. Fly Champaign-Urbana, Willard Airport.
Ever wonder why you pay your bank to have a checking account? Fisher National Bank does too. You see, they offer free rewards cashback checking that gives you cash back on debit purchases, no service fees or balance requirements. Simply make 12 debit card purchases, receive electronic statements, and have 1 direct deposit in a monthly cycle. It's so simple. Reward yourself today with rewards cashback checking. Learn more at any branch or FisherNational.com. Fisher National Bank. Exceptional communities, exceptional people. Member FDIC.
You're listening to WSJK ESPN 93.5 Tuscola, Champaign-Urbana, your home for the St. Louis Cardinals.